Hello and welcome to the Week 2 recap for BSPL. I'm Lloyd and I'm here with Ika Mizume and Marili, and we're going to be reviewing 3 of the highlight games. So we've got HC versus NOVED, Chemcoop and Bobochan, and then I'm a Rookie versus Mishiimono. So the first game we're going to be kicking off with is HZ versus NOVED. Any thoughts that you want to share with us about the first game, fellas?
I'd say the first thing that really took to my mind was the Manectric on HEHC's team. It's kind of quite unorthodox, I'd say, whereas NOVED's bringing a
got a really standard,
very standard team.
RS team, that's right. Yeah.
So I mean, HC's got a lot of annoyances on his team.
Yeah.
He's got the Clef Key and the Superior and the Mega Gengar.
Yeah.
So you can tell there's a bit of like, I don't want to say cheese because it's not cheese. They are all legitimate strategies, but it's certainly
a bit unorthodox.
Not a matchup anyone looks forward to playing.
I don't remember playing a lot of Volt Turn teams back in Auraz, but I guess this is essentially a Volt Turn team as well.
Yeah.
So NOVED and HZ played in the Classic, and NOVED won that, but I don't think they played an Auraz game. They had the GBU.
I thought they played GBU.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So HZ's definitely got a score to settle here. All right, let's jump into it. Kick it off. So turn 1, we saw HZ lead Thundurus, Incarnate, and the Mega Manectric there. And straight off the bat, it's kind of favourable for HZ getting that Citrus Berry proc, and he can see that he's doing a fair bit of damage with his Thunderbolts too to the Thundurus. Like, that's a 60% chunk right there. And then Thundurus fires back.
Basically every turn you don't get paralyzed against the Thundurus is like a win.
Yeah. So I guess the other good thing just back there, if I just go back to the last turn maybe. That's the first turn? Oh well. Getting that read with the Thunderbolt was so good for HC, because now he knows that his hidden power is going to be doing like almost the same amount. So right here on this turn, HC is going to be thinking like, well, Garchomp could be coming in, but hidden power is just like a really safe play versus...
It's pretty free.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's like, there's no way he's going to switch in like Suicune.
Yeah,
Manectric.
That's right, yeah. So HZ taking...
I think he actually got the roll there on Garchomp.
Oh, true. Yeah, and we don't know what item...
Which is quite important.
Yeah, we don't know what item the Chomp is.
Yeah.
As far as HZ knows, it could still be Scarf. Yeah. So the Breloom comes in there and Manectric just Volt switching out, which is pretty standard play. You'd think he'd go Superior if he's got it, but it's Lando. So yeah, getting that Intimidate off, pretty nice. Breloom outspeeding the Landorus and doing a fair chunk with the Bullet Seed. And then now we're just seeing shenanigans. Landorus. U-turning back out, and at this point HZ's like just about won it really. He knows that the Thunderbolt's going to be doing... That's nearly Thunderbolt range right there, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, very close.
Yeah. So he just forfeits. That's the game 1 goes to HZ. So I think HZ probably got pretty lucky with the 3 that they both bought in that 3v3.
I just think Manectric is just so good versus NOVED's team.
True.
It just has that excellent speed tier, and there's like, it has the Intimidate as well for Mega Kangaskhan if he would to bring it. So it's just, I think it really preys on these sorts of builds, these very standard builds with the Thundurus Incarnate, especially can't really deal although it's an excellent mon in the format, can't really deal with Manectric that well.
Yeah. Alright, so going to game 2, HZ switches it up a little bit and brings Gengar. So it's worth noting that in Gen 6, Gengar gets Levitate. And so forces NOVED into a difficult position. Gengar gets a Shadow Ball off first, so we see that Garchomp is not Scarf. And Gengar could just knock it out, really, with another Shadow Ball. He got a 50% roll on the first turn, but didn't quite get it on the second one, so missed the roll there. So that Outrage finishes there, and now he's like got the Confusion Pro, and switches out on the Manectric switch.
That's very smart, actually, what he does there. He doesn't Mega Evolve on purpose, so he can save the Intimidate.
Yeah, he's got his Intimidate preserved for potentially the Kangaskhan or Breloom. I guess.
Yeah, because he knows he outspeeds the Garchomp.
Yeah, that's right. So he can.
Or maybe not actually.
Yeah.
But I can't remember exactly what happened last game. But yeah, it's just there to save it for when he needs it. To be honest.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, NOVED brings Garchomp back in, and he's gonna. Now he does actually waste his Mega Intimidate there. So a nice little counterplay from NOVED. And now Manectric is in versus the Pokemon that he wanted to get the Intimidate off on. That Fake Out damage is huge. It's worth noting again that in Gen 6 Mega Kangaskhan, the Parental Bond damage is absurd. And the Fake Out just does over half of Manectric's health there, which is like crazy. Manectric going for a Thunderbolt, and so that range there, I guess it was just out of range, wasn't it? So that roll that he got there was a bit lower than the first Thunderbolt that we saw connect with Thundurus in Game 1. Somewhere around 57% damage that he got there. So I guess that's why his Volt switched out. So his Volt switching out.
Well, the thing is, he has to Volt switch out.
Yeah.
Here, I think, because if he doesn't, potentially Kangaskhan can come in for free and get off a Fake Out, which hits both Manectric and his Serperior that's in the back. So I think he's trying to save that Intimidate for whenever Kang is going to come back in, because this Serperior should be able to take out the remainder of this Thundurus.
Yeah. All right. So you'd think he would. Gets the Thunderwave off, but Serperior's got the Lumberry. Not sure why he didn't Leaf Storm there, to be honest. I feel like Leaf Storm was the play. And again, a bit of an unusual switch. I know he gets the Intimidate off, but I don't know is Sucker Punch going to get the KO?
I'd have thought so from that range.
Yeah, but at -1 though, -1 Sucker Punch, and we still don't know that he's got Sucker Punch at this point in the battle either. So interesting decision, I guess. Fake Out into Sucker Punch probably would have defeated the Serperior there anyway, though. So HZ trying to cycle Intimidates, gets him down to half attack, but still not enough to stop the Double Edge from KOing there. So NOVED picks up the Game 2 win. Oh, I think that might be, yeah, I'm going to have to leave it on that same, yeah, on that far out. Okay, so we go to the third battle now, and see who they opt to bring last. So NOVED leads Kangaskhan versus Gengar, and straight up going to switch into Klefki. Yeah, so that's... Oh, yeah. We know that HZ has Sash Gengar, don't we, from the first few games. Klefki doing its swag thing on the Thunderous there. And Noved's making the big plays, going for the nasty plot on Klefki. And we see HZ bring in his heavy hitter Manectric. Huge damage with the Thunderbolt. That Thunderbolt damage on Thunderous is doing so much work. Bit unfortunate
to see how good Swagger is in this gen.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Noved
because it's 50%, I think.
50% chance to proc. As opposed to 25%.
25 in normal, in Gen 7.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, so in comes Kangaskhan. I think we could probably expect to see Fake Out. Yeah. Fake Out. So Manectric going to Volt Switch back into Klefki. Noved, I guess, probably saw that coming he probably called out the Volt Switch and thought it was going to be... Like, Fire Punch is the optimal move anyway. If he doesn't have Earthquake, that's the only way he's going to be... Well, what am I saying? He's got Levitate on the Gengar too. So yeah, Fire Punch is kind of the best choice there. Manectric, Thunderbolting into Garchomp, but it doesn't matter. He gets the Hidden Power for free. Actually, well, we don't know if that was a roll or not, but he got it in the last game. So Garchomp going down, and now Kangaskhan's back in, and you would think that if it's Focus Sash Gengar, probably knows Destiny Bond, right?
Yeah.
So he reveals Destiny Bond on the Sucker Punch. Noved trying to not get the proc, but at this point it's just too late. Yeah. So HZ comes out with the win, and then now I suppose they're 1-1, or at least for this year in tournaments, going from the Classic to BSPL. So I think in terms of the teams for BSPL, Anastar Farseers were 5-0 at this point, maybe. So it didn't really have a large effect on the overall standings for BSPL, but a good game to watch.
That's for sure.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So let's move on to Chemcoop versus Bobochan. Chemcoop. So this is kind of like everyone's favorite player, Bobochan, everyone's favorite friend, versus the greatest of all time, Chemcoop.
Yeah, pretty much. There's like a clear underdog here, but actually, I think maybe I'm slightly biased because I'm his teammate, but I think he played quite well in week 1. He got a win over Puff Killer, who's by no means a bad player himself.
That's right.
Regularly gets top 4s and top 8s in singles tournaments. So he's been playing well. This series we've got an interesting matchup here. There's on Bobo's side, he's got the Rain Core with the Pelipper Swampert plus grass type. In this case, it's Kartana instead of the typical Ferrothorn, and then with a bit of a interesting addition with kind of a Coco Ments. And normally you'd probably see an Aegislash, but there's a Mimikyu this time. And then on Chem's side, you've got kind of the Mega Salamence plus Porygon 2 core that he likes to run. And on top of that, you've got the kind of Sand core with the T-Tar and the Drill.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised and intrigued by Chemcoop's decision to bring Sand. It's not something I don't think I've seen him use that before.
Yeah. I think in this game it's revealed to kind of be I think
Fake sand,
is
is it?
revealed to be the pseudo sand.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's been rising in popularity. I think just having the scarf mold breaker drill for specifically for Mimikyu.
Yeah.
Because that mon is a pain.
That's right. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, it's an interesting one on paper because kind of, well, Bobo has to kind of power his way through Porygon 2 somehow.
That's right.
Basically.
If he can get a sword stance onto Kartana, then you should be able to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's kick it off, will we?
Anyways, let's kick it off exactly. Yeah. So we see the P2 lead versus the Mimikyu here. Normally, you'd say P2 has the advantage, but Mimikyu can curse here. I think Chem scouts for that by going into the drill.
Yeah.
And I think the curse is revealed here, yeah, which can kind of wear down the P2 quite quickly. Obviously, Bobo didn't want to stay in, so he goes into Salamence. We see the Rock Slide, I think, from Chem.
Yeah.
Probably a Scarf Drill.
I guess he called the Mimikyu switch out there.
Yeah.
I guess
I think you predicted that Salamence or Pelipper would come in.
Yeah.
Seemed a logical choice.
So Chemcoop just staying sharp, obviously, as he does.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good double back into the Mimikyu by Bobo.
So Bobo's definitely, punching hard though, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Big threat comes back.
And then I think he throws the Z move off here.
Oh yeah. Ah yeah. Gets rid of the big threat. Does he? That's in range. Yeah, that's in range.
Yeah.
Nice. So Mence comes back.
So yeah, we got the Mence coming in here. I guess I can't remember what happened here.
Just gonna start boosting.
Just goes for a Dragon Dance. Okay. And Bobo curses. Yeah, that's pretty good because he can get in his own Mence now and get off the Intimidate.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think.
If he play rough, that would have not done a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's right.
So he would just been set up on.
Yeah, that's right. So
Bobo's not that strong. Yeah. So,
yeah. And if Chemcoop's got Roost, then you'd think he just boosts and roosts until Mimikyu either misses a play rough or he can just start to sweep basically.
Yeah, I think the curse allows him to trade his Mence with Chem's.
Yeah. Is he gonna? Oh yeah. Yep. So that's right. So yeah, that was
he can't roost there.
Yeah, that was a good call by Bobo. So both Mence go down in that trade, and so now it's essentially just a 1v1, the last two Mons.
And fortunately, Bobo's got the Kartana in the back.
Yeah.
This is quite an interesting series of plays, I think, because there is a reasonable chance that P2
can win.
You go straight up in the 1v1, unless it's like Vitinium Z Kartana.
That's
P2
right.
can actually win a lot of the time.
It comes down to itemization and choice of moves for sure. So it says Swords Dance. He's just I wonder if that was the right play.
Yeah, you see, all we see here is that Bobo's Kartana is bulky, which is why he doesn't die to the foul play.
Yeah.
Whereas normally most carts would probably die to that.
Yeah.
Which allows Bobo to win the game.
So hang on, how much damage does this foul play do? Or how much damage does the first Sacred Sword do? Oh yeah.
+2 it does was 65%.
Yeah. So maybe Chem could have won. Really. Maybe Chem could have won if he went double foul play.
Yeah.
Alright, well let's go to the second game. Oof.
I think this game's a lot shorter, unfortunately,
Yeah.
from what I remember. A rather unfortunate event happens, turn 2.
Alright. Let's see how it unfolds.
So we got the Porygon 2 versus the Pelipper. U-turn. P2 goes for the Ice Beam.
No.
No drawback. Right? And he does what P2 does.
The hack stuck.
Best.
Yeah, alright.
So Ken basically takes this as an opportunity to
Start
set up with his Salamence. It's a little risky actually, because if Swampert throw forward on the first of those 2 turns, he'd have probably lost the game. But it works out.
Yeah, that's right. But I mean, it's a better chance as any, I think. Like, if you can get it in there and start setting it up, you might as well go for it.
Yeah. And then it's over. Bobo tries to do like one last ditch Hurricane Confuse.
Yeah.
But just doesn't get it.
I think Bobochan was, I think he had the right idea. Going with the Hurricane, got the Confuse proc, and then just had to go for Swords Dance and hope that Salamence would hit itself in confusion. Just didn't happen for him though.
Sometimes you just have to go your way at all. I don't think Bobo played particularly bad.
Yeah.
None of his moves were bad, but
that's right. Unlucky freeze, unlucky.
The main way you're gonna try and win gets frozen is pretty screwed.
That's right. Alright, so on to game 3 then.
Oh, there's some shit going down in the chat.
Yeah. That's not the league that you want to have.
Mimikyu versus the X-Girl.
That's right, and we know that do we know at this point that it's Scarf? Oh no, we know it's Mold Breaker, don't we?
I think it's kind of assumed it's Scarf.
Yeah, and it's
I
Mold
don't
Breaker.
know whether it's actually been shown.
Yeah. We do know it's Mold Breaker. Yeah.
Because it showed Rock Slide game 1. And
yeah.
I assume it's more likely to be Scarf if it's Rock Slide over Rock Tomb.
That's right, yeah.
But Iron Head into Kartana.
Yeah.
And we have the Swords Dance.
Yeah.
Here. Bobo's trying to win turn 3. I think next turn he goes for the Dark Hole Eclipse, I believe it is.
So you'd expect that to be pretty big damage to the Mence, but it only does like just over 60%. So fat, like physically defensive Mence, I guess you'd say.
That's the standard bulky Mence.
Yeah, okay.
That Mence is so fat.
Yeah.
It takes Ice Punch from Adamant Swampert as well.
Wow.
It's just that mon is just ridiculously broken.
Yeah, nerf it.
Anyways, Kem decides he's going to set up on this +1 Kartana because he can afford to do that.
Why not? Yeah. Good switch.
Fortunately, Bobo manages to get his Mimikyu in.
Yeah.
If Kem had gone for an attack there, he'd have lost straight up. So that was a really good opportunity that he took to get Mimikyu in on. I think it was a Roost.
That's right. Yeah. So we did see that this is a cursed Mimikyu. So the threat of Let's Snuggle Forever might not necessarily be here.
Well, he showed it. He shown it game 1 when he killed the drill.
Oh, you're right.
You've got the Z move already,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
He can't go for it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because his Kartana has got Black Hole Eclipse too. True.
Oh yeah, you can't
Yeah,
use it.
So Chemcoop would no doubt be keeping that in the back of his mind as well. So just gonna Roost. Wait, what? Oh, that was on the previous turn. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, just cycling.
I guess he still doesn't want to take a neutral player off.
Yeah.
into Shadow Sneak maybe.
Well, he's scared Bobo out there with that double switch.
Yeah, he's done a very smart double back into the Mence.
Yeah.
Now he knows he can set up in the Kartana.
Coco,
do anything.
That's a fairly good switch to Coco there as well. But I think the fact that he's still got the drill, it's going to cause him a bit of a problem.
Free.
Yeah. And he's got now he can just happily click Earthquake until well, yeah, he's going to be doing good damage to all 3 mons with Earthquake, really. So he gets the Kartana. So back in with versus Mimikyu. Not sure whether he'd want to go for the like Earthquake into the Mimikyu here, because you wouldn't think it'd one-shot him, and it will probably, then he still has his disguise up as well. Still there, Ika?
Yeah, I'm still around, yeah. Sorry, my connection just dropped for a second.
That's alright, no worries.
Yeah, I think Ironhead just KOs both. So I think there was like no
he
need
could just
to
go into drill and Ironhead at any time, basically.
That's right. Yeah.
As soon as Bobo switched into the Coco, he basically lost the game because it let drill in for free.
That's right. Yeah.
And he had no switch into Earthquake.
Yeah. So that's right. Ironhead wins the game, more or less. Like, nothing that really Bobo can do about it.
Yeah. Now we're seeing Chem slowly play with his food.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. And now, Excadrill for the win.
Yeah. Finally goes into the drill. Ironheads.
Yeah.
I think this was the Pleb Blitzers went 3-0 with this game. It was a sad time to be a side pub.
Yeah. The Pleb Blitzers are really on fire at the moment.
Yeah. They are.
Alright. So
pretty good.
What's that, sorry?
I said you're pretty good. I'm on the Pleb Blitzers.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Alright, so now on to the last game, Mishiimono versus I'm a Rookie. So, 2 really big names in the doubles format. Do you want to share your thoughts, Murley?
Yeah, I mean, Mish is Mish, so like everyone knows who he is. And as for Rookie, he hasn't really been competing too much in the circuit, in terms of either like VGC or just smoke on tournaments, but he's still like a good player with good fundamentals, so I can kind of see why I can't say bid really high on him, and he's still a good player. And in terms of if we want to get into the team preview.
Oh yeah, we should be here now. Yep. Can you see it?
Yeah. Okay. So one thing we noticed is that Mish's team is kind of it looks like a standard Kangaskhan team with the Kangaskhan, Genie's Heatran.
Yeah.
But the standard Kang teams usually have something more of defensive synergy with like Cresselia and Amoonguss.
Yeah, that kind of chore.
Yeah, and then that kind of allows him to actually get a better grip on the fighting type matchups. Because, for example, like Terrakion can already kind of like beat Thundurus, even though Thundurus wizards fighting, so it's not really a Terrakion check, for example. Or like Hitmontop could kind of like Landorus is fighting resist, but that one doesn't beat Hitmontop. So like things like that just kind of like makes it so much easier for him to handle fighting types, which is basically the only thing that can one-shot Kangaskhan.
Yeah, okay.
But he doesn't have that, and Conkeldurr basically just kind of has this like iron grip on this team preview for Rookie.
Yeah.
Because that's just destroys his entire team. Yeah. So,
All right.
so Misha's so the team preview kind of puts a pretty puts two players in win conditions pretty clearly. So like Rookie's gonna try to keep that Conkeldurr safe with the Intimidate, with the Landers T and whatnot.
For sure.
And Mish will try to like chip it down with the genies, so that Kangaskhan can KO it without actually getting hit by the Drain Punch.
Yeah, I see.
And that way, and then like, and Rookie's counterplay towards the genies is his Hydreigon, which is also a pretty threatening Pokemon right there. So that's how basically the entire series is gonna play out. Probably like Rookie's gonna leverage his Conkeldurr, Hydreigon, and Landers T, and Mish will try to get something going at it.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get into it. Just let me know when you want me to pause it, I guess. Do you want to talk about any particular turns? Yeah, so... Hey, can you see the screen still?
Oh, whoops. It's probably Scarf on the Landers T. So he's threatening the one-shot on the Hydreigon with the superpower.
Yeah,
nice.
So that's what he goes for, I think, turn one.
Alright.
Go on.
Yeah.
And he switches in the Intimidate on the two physical attackers, which is pretty nice. And Mish gets the chip kind of that he is really looking for on the Conkeldurr. It's like pretty nice damage, even though it's... And then Mish just goes out to Thunderous and Conkeldurr on the Drain Punch. So that way, like, Conkeldurr isn't just going back up to full, like
I see.
using the Drain Punch and the can.
Yeah.
And Conkeldurr is in a good position for Mishi because now go on.
All right. Yeah.
And gets the second Intimidate on the opposing Conkeldurr, so now it's like much less of a threat. He predicts Rookie
predicts the switch.
Goes for the he goes for the Ice Punch onto the Landorus, but it just doesn't take him out. So he has to switch out to get rid of all the Intimidates.
Yeah.
And I think Mish goes for the Earthquake, does good chip damage onto the Landorus. And misses the Zen Headbutt.
Yeah, it's a seriously unfortunate miss.
Bad. Because that way, like, Thunder Metagross is now, like, if it gets paralyzed, that's pretty bad for him.
Yeah.
So he has to either, like, protect or, like, switch out the Metagross as opposed to getting a KO.
Yeah.
It sucks. Yeah, and he gets the para onto the Conkeldurr, which doesn't mind it too much.
Whoa, so close on that rock slide.
Do they typically run Guts in?
I think Guts and Iron Fist are both pretty common.
Yeah, there's obviously like pros and cons to both. So he gets the flinch there too on that.
Yeah, it's kind of a revenge axe for the
the Zen headbutt.
The Zen headbutt.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then this is like I'm not like super sure what Chase was thinking, because I was thinking like the Mach Punch and Rock Slide onto the Conkeldurr just kind of takes it out.
Yeah.
But maybe he was just like afraid of the damage rolls, the Landorus Rock Slide and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay.
So he tries to make a safe play and kind of gets burned for it here.
Unfortunate for
And now, like, because the Hydreigon took so much damage from the U-turn, and now, like, everything's so low. The Metagross is low, his Conkeldurr is also still in range to be double targeted.
Yeah.
But the King and the Conkeldurr, even with that
Hits him with return.
So
it's
does so much damage.
Even though it's -1.
Yeah, Kangaskhan was so broken. Gen 6.
Yeah, and now he just kind of picks everything off with his priority, and there's not much Chase can do about it.
Yeah. So good sequence by Mishiimono really to get through that first game. See the forfeit from Amaruki.
That's right.
Cool.
And let's get into game 2. I think one thing to go on.
Oh yeah.
Play on.
Yep.
One thing to note is that Chase kind of leads the same to Computer and Hydreigon like all the time because like it kind of has this double threat because like this time like Mish leads the genies, so there's less pressure on the Conkeldurr, but Hydreigon basically gets a free kill here.
There's a Draco being dropped.
And then it doesn't kill, but it's basically a kill because it did so much damage. And he also gets the free Lander switch in, so it's really nicely played turn 1 for Chase.
Yeah.
Basically, everything went right for him there. Now, and he just gets rid of the Conkeldurr for his turn 2.
Yeah.
And he still has the land. He pulled out his Landorus, so now he can bring it back in and get all the Intimidate debuffs, which is really bad for Mishiimono here. He basically at this point, like all Mish can do is just kind of like hope for some Thunder Wave, land, Rock Slide,
getting some hacks basically.
typical stuff.
Yeah. Well, he gets.
That's just a fake out.
Fake out flinch, yeah. I was just trying.
Don't get excited, yes.
No. Yeah. He does get the para.
And
the
he
full para.
gets the first one. Yeah, he gets the first full.
You're gonna need some more there.
And he needs more for sure.
Yeah.
It's like a first step in, but he goes for the hoping to get the para.
Man, Lando is so good in doubles.
Getting the intimidates on both the Conkeldurr and the Metagross.
Yeah. Oof.
And just kind of hoping that Metagross stays paralyzed here.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen. Gets the Ice Punch crit, and basically the game's over because he's got the 2 physical attackers against this Intimidate standing Landorus T.
Yeah.
And he's also got the Conkeldurr in the back, which is gonna...
And Mach Punch is gonna...
take out the Kangaskhan before it kind of gets out of hand.
Surprised he didn't Mach Punch the Kanga there.
No,
that's the end of the turn, wasn't it?
He's just switching. He's
does Mach
going
Punch
Mach this
yeah,
turn.
That's right. Yeah.
Probably Draco with the
Hydreigon.
next turn.
Yeah.
Or
Dark Pulse. That's big damage.
Yeah, that's actually I'm pretty sure that's specs damage. Judging by so that's gonna be pretty important because if you look at his team, like he's got Scarf Lando, Specs Hydreigon, and Assault as Conkeldurr, so that's like 3 Pokemon that can't use Protect.
Yeah. Right.
That's pretty big for
pretty big for Mish.
Yeah. Going into game 3.
To note down, yeah. Alright.
So let's get into game 3. Mish makes a change and leads Bisharp, which I don't necessarily agree with because Chase has been leading the same 2, and it's not really.
It's not really going to get inside with them.
Yeah. So I don't really know what he was going for there because that just basically gives Hydreigon a free Draco, but he misses. That's awful.
That's
tough. That's gonna put Kangaskhan in
huge
Mach Punch range.
Yeah, wow.
But now Mish kind of like gets all the chip damage he needs on that Conkeldurr, which is pretty bad because now because Mish this time he has a Bishop on the back, and without the Conkeldurr he's got 3 Pokemon with without Protect that can't play play real around. Stop.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can't play really well around the sucker punch because they've got just like a bunch of attacking moves, and Metagross doesn't even have substitute, so that's like really bad for Rookie. Even though like he got all the damage on the Landorus T with that Ice Punch predict, like this is like kind of a precarious position.
He only needs it to switch out and to switch back into getting Intimidate proc off anyways, for the most part. I
agree. So that's, but
not really useful in terms of attacking. But I mean, it can have a one like Earthquake on the Metagross maybe. But.
And here, I think what basically happened here is that Landorus and Metagross just double targeted into the computer with Superpower and Zen Headbutt. That basically guarantees him a KO. Because like if Bisharp switches in predicting the Zen Headbutt, he's gonna eat the Superpower first.
Oh yeah, true.
It's a pretty smart play. So, but so that's what basically happens. And resume.
All right.
But I don't think he like kind of like thought through that, and so basically he donates 2 KOs because that's what he was going for. Like the double target. He just, instead of getting 1 KO,
oh, that's a big sucker punch.
Yeah. And now he just kind of has to hope that Landorus gets flinched. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
wow.
not a...
Oh, you get to know one. Oh man.
That's a rough game.
That is a rough game, damn.
Yeah. A series of hacks he plays at the end.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Mitch kind of like messed up game 3 a lot with the lead, with the not reading the double target, but he kind of got bailed out at the end. Landorus, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
That's really sucks for Chase. That's really unlucky. Oh well. Yeah. So, anything else to add, you guys?
Nothing I can think of, anyways.
Alright, cool. Alright, well, we'll wrap it up there. So that's week 2 highlights. If you're watching and you would like to contribute to week 3 or just to this little series in general, feel free to give me a message. So thanks heaps for joining me, Ika and Marili. And yeah, catch you guys soon.
Bye.